Hey, Lieutenant Diane. Thanks for asking, buddy. Right now, we only are just raising them as fertilizer. We originally set this up with the intention of using them for food and not just fertilizer, but without a steady breeding colony, replenishing the numbers just kind of fell by the wayside. And right now, the remainder are just being used for fertilizer. There's not a lot going on in here right now. Got some Tradescantia pallida back there, some perpetual spinach, chard, and then I just harvested all this ginger that was in here, and I got a bunch of stuff to clean up. Plans for a bigger system kind of been put on hold. Been dealing with a bunch of other stuff. Got some backyard chickens now in the big greenhouse. I need to get organizing this in a manner that will allow for more activities in here. I know that there's some empty space I need to utilize and organize, and eventually the plan would be to build my next system in the back here. If anybody's been following along for a while, you may have heard me say it multiple times. I'd like to have a breeding colony for the tilapia set up over here, and then a main tank for fish to eat, and then a filtration setup, and then all along the back here have it set up with grow beds, vertical towers, all sorts of stuff. And really what it boils down to is just time and organization. I'm working on both of those. So I know you took a little hiatus about a year ago, maybe a little bit less, and not that I took a full hiatus from everything, but I've been kind of just been busy myself working on other stuff, trying to get organized and get things in order that I actually have the time and resources to do everything that I want to do. I got so many things on my schedule and plans and everything, and I've just been spending a ton of time organizing the chaos that is my life. You can see here the chaos that is my garage is about 1,000 times more organized than it ever has been, and it's still got plenty of room to go, just like everything else going on in life. But we'll get there. I'm gonna have a really nice colony set up at some point, and it's just gonna take some time, but very excited for things to come. I think at this point this year, I'm really planning to focus in on knocking out some of the things that have been on my list for a while, and I'm going to try to document and incorporate all that into what I'm doing on here and on YouTube. So, yep, hope you stick around also, and know that was a really long-winded answer, but yeah, just feel like sometimes I've been stagnating a little bit, but in other ways, making a lot of progress. I know before you and I had talked about adding scuds or shrimp to the system, and I looked into it all and everything, and that was one thing that I thought about adding in. I had plans for it. I have a friend who has like an animal wholesale company that they do a lot of fish, and he didn't have scuds, but he did have some shrimp that we were going to work on getting into the system, and just everything else piling up, I ended up not getting to the point where I wanted to set up like a little separate filter for them to kind of sit in and hang out. And then at some point I just kind of decided to wait on moving over to the new system, and then things cascaded, and here we are. But I'd like to incorporate a bunch of stuff like that in the new system. So if you have any other suggestions, it'd be much appreciated. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon. I'm glad to see you back.